Staffers, Deb Valder here with Teaspoon of Fun. It's our little paper crafting shop, so head on over to there to purchase any of the products I'm going to show you today. You can get there by clicking that little eye up there in the corner or just Googling Teaspoon of Fun, and it is just an amazing little shop. Vicki and I have such a blast. We just love doing what we do. Today we're going to show you this fantastic little card. It's a hide and seek card. I call it a peekaboo card, but it is a hide and seek card, and let me just show you what it does. It just, ready, peekaboo. Look at that. It just is so adorable. So today what I'm going to show you is how to do the mechanics of this card. I'm going to show you a different version of this using these gnomes. The gnomes have 29 pieces in it. That is the set that comes with noses and not ears, but hands and just all kinds of stuff to make these cute little gnomes. And you can interchange them with just about anything. So I did this card. It's a shaker card. It's a St. Patrick's Day card. And I had a lot of these little cutouts left over. I save everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these little shamrocks and take and put them on the little gnomes. And now, voila, I have a St. Patrick's Day card. Today we're going to do a birthday card, but again, I'm going to do it with this really hide and seek peekaboo card template. So these are the pieces that you get. Really, there's only 3 that you need for the mechanics of it, and the rest is just frills, frills, frills. You can just decorate any way that you want to. This is such an adorable little card. So we are going to use it as a birthday card today. Let me just show you one more time what we're going to make. Ooh, so cute, so cute, so cute. All right, so let's just go ahead and start. So the mechanics of the card come with just these 3, and then you need your card base, all right? The card base has to open landscape-wise, okay? Which is different than what I like to use, but you're gonna open it that way because that's the way the card opens. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take and we're just gonna fold a couple pieces. So for this piece right here, which is the top piece, all right, we're just gonna take and we're gonna fold both of these pieces in. You wanna make sure you use your crease tool, and it's going to look like this, okay? You're going to fold both pieces in, all right? Let's set that one aside. This one right here looks very daunting, but it's not. You're going to take this little crease right here and this little crease right here and this one here, and we're just going to push them in. So what I do is I just kind of bend it a little bit that way, a little bit that way. Again, on this side, bend, bend. Now what you can do is just take your fingers and just push them in like this. And what it's going to do, it's going to make itself just fold in so that these pieces right here kind of looks like a little boat right now, okay? We're going to push, 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 all right? And here we go. Now what you want to do is make sure that you crease all of your pieces front and back, all right? So now when you're looking at it, it should look just like this, all right? Perfect. That's it. That's the fold, all right? So what we're going to do now is to take this piece right here, and we're going to open this up and fold that one in, all right? So now all of your pieces are creased and folded and ready to go, all right? Here we go. Let's bring in our card base. So now what I like to do, well, before we do that, I want to decorate just one piece before. I like to do things before I glue them in because it's a little bit easier. All right, so I'm just going to take my piece of paper right here. I am going to, so what I want to do is I want to take it out for this middle piece right here. I want to decorate it. Let me just show you on the sample. We're going to do this piece right here. It's just easier to put it on when it's not in there. So let's just go ahead and do this. So a lot of the things that I do, I actually cut out gobs and gobs and gobs of them. All right. So what I mean by that is I just cut out lots and lots and lots of layers. And what I can do is just grab what I need when I need them. See? I just grab things when I need them. So what I do is I cut them out of white. And you don't have to. You can cut things out of colored paper if you'd like to, if it's easier, faster for you. I like to cut them out of white so that I can store them and then just color them. So what I'm doing is actually coordinating everything. I'm coordinating all of my gnomes with all of my mechanical pieces. And then when it's time to put it together, everything matches. All right. So I just took my Copic marker, colored a little bit of, I just colored this little piece right here, and we are ready to put it right on here. Let me just grab this. I like to do the edges too, so that there's no white showing. Did you see how fast that was? And if you're working smarter, not harder, all right, that is going to mean that you've got all those white pieces ready for it to go. All right. So now let's just take our little, I use a lot of scrap paper. So there's a lot of things on the bottom of that. So we just won't look at that because I have no idea what's on there. We're going to take and just put a little bit of our deluxe adhesive on this. I like to use the deluxe adhesive because it's very forgiving. You can kind of move it around a little bit. All right, here we go. We're going to add that to this piece right here. The middle piece. Remember, it's going to go on the middle piece right here. Okay. I'm going to grab my Stampendable. Here we go. Okay. Let it dry just a little bit. And then I bring back in my scrap paper, and this just adheres it so much better. All right. So there we've got that piece right there. I'm going to take, I got a little bit of glue that came out. You cannot be in your shop without a retractable knife or a retractable pick. All right. I always call this a knife, but it's not. It's a retractable pick. A little bit of my glue just spit out a little bit. So I'm just going to take my pick and pick it up. Okay. And now we're ready to adhere this to our piece. All right, so let's bring back in this little guy right here. All right, remember, this is where the bigger flap is on the bottom. All right, we're going to turn it over like this. We're going to bring in our card base. All right, and the way this is going to work, we want this flap to be up. All right, so what we're going to do, this is what I just showed you. This is the way it's going to end up, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to turn it over and put our adhesive right here. Again, I'm going to use the deluxe adhesive. Okay. And I'm going to bring in this, and I'm going to show you how you can get it so it doesn't ooze out all over the place. Just kind of touch it on there. All right, it gets out the biggest globs. Now what we're going to do, all right, this right here is where we put our glue. We're going to center it into the center of here. And can you see what I just did? I just centered it from side to side. We're going to take and make sure we can close it. Perfect. All right, give it just a second. Good, good, good. All righty. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take and put adhesive here. And what we're going to do is to put our adhesive right on here like this. Okay, so we're going to put adhesive here. We're going to add this to this little line right here. Okay, and that's going to be the start of our mechanics inside. All right, so let's go back and add our adhesive. I'm going to take my scrap paper here and just take a little bit of the globbiness off. Okay, there we go. And add this to it right here. Okay, remember, we've got that little piece right here, so that's the right side up. We're going to add this from here to here. We are almost done with the mechanics of it, and then we can go and, alrighty, let's take a scrap piece of paper here. There we go. Let's make sure it's nice and even. That's the beauty of the deluxe adhesive. You can just kind of manipulate it a little bit here and there, here and there. You want it to be nice and dry, all right? Because the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take and add adhesive to this piece right here, and we're just going to close our piece, all right? So the next piece that we're going to glue is this one right here, all right? So let's grab our deluxe adhesive again. Put a little bit right here. I'm not going too close to the edge because I'm not going to tap this one off. Just to show you, you can do it either way. All right. And you notice I put the top on every single time I use my adhesive because you don't want it to clog or dry out. All right. So you can either do this side to this side or this side to this side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this side. I'm going to lay it completely flat and just rub. Okay, make sure all is good. We're going to wait just a second for it to dry. We're almost done with this piece right here, and this is the mechanics of your card. Okay, so when you open it up, see, we've got one more thing to adhere. So basically what we had was these three on the inside. We had this underneath part, we had this underneath part, and now we've got to do this part right here. So let's take our deluxe adhesive again and glue. You have to admit how easy this is, right? So easy. And I'll have written instructions on my blog, so hop on over to my blog post. All right, so now what we're going to do is just lay this down just like this. So this makes it so that you know when this card lays flat, it's going to lay flat, because right now it's laying flat. And as soon as this dries, we'll lift it up and we'll see how it just adheres perfectly. Now, the reason I like to use my little Stampendable is because when you go like this with your fingers, you just have no idea how even it is. Where with this one, it just glides right across. Again, these are in the shop, Teaspoon of Fun. Hop on over. Ta-da! It's still not dry, so I'm not going to lift it up too much. All right, while that is drying on the inside, let's decorate the outside. So I did these ahead of time, and I'm going to show you how I did my outlines right here and whatnot. But for the most part, we just took all the pieces. And remember, I told you I've got lots and lots and lots of pieces. All right, I just took all the pieces and glued them together. I made what I wanted to. So this comes from the Gnome set, but this one comes from the pop-out set. So that one comes from this little guy right here. Let me just show you one more time. So that the little balloon comes from this set right here, and the gnomes are the ones that have 29 pieces to it. Okay, so those are all in the shop right here. And then I just popped up our balloons with our regular foam squares. But when it came to the little things like the noses and the little hands especially, I used our micro dots. All right, so our micro pop-ups, look at how tiny these are. And I use my little pick to pick them up. For me, it's easier to take off the top first. Okay, so I remove the top. And then what I do is I take my little pick and just stab it and pick it up and put it where it needs to go. All right, so then I just tap it right on there and we're good to go. All righty, so now what I'm gonna do is to adhere these to my card. So we have the outside and the inside is drying wonderfully. So for these little guys, I'm gonna take my Easy Grand Runner and I'm just gonna add some tape to the bottoms of these. And this balloon is on this side, so I'm going to, let's see, put him right over here, close to the edge. Okay. And then this one, I'm going to put close to the edge on the other side. Now remember, this one is going to be a birthday gnome, a birthday card. Wouldn't somebody just love getting this? All right, there's the next one. And you'll see that I'm doing it just a little bit different than the last one, and there's a reason for that. Let me just show you. So for this one, I just kind of centered them right straight across, looking like it's just the in a row. But this one right here, what I did was I put some adhesive on the back of it, and these are our foam strips, okay? I do that so that it pops up evenly, okay? And this one I'm going to put way down here at the bottom. Oops, let's try to center it between these two little beards. So I'm not covering too much of them. Okay. Alrighty. Now what I have is my little happy birthday. All right, so I have, it's a little teeny tiny happy birthday. I cut it out 3 times. I took out of white, remember, and then I took my marker and I colored in the top happy birthday and glued them all together. It gives so much more dimension. And what I'm going to do is to just adhere it to that piece right there. So let me grab a scrap piece of paper. I'm going to take my deluxe adhesive. We sell so much of this. We've got more coming into the shop. We're actually getting larger bottles in the shop because we go through so much of it. And all I'm doing, I'm not even squeezing, I'm just dabbing. So make sure you get on the wait list for our new adhesive. Or just drop us an email. All right? Now what I'm going to do is to take my, and this one's really important because you don't want it to slobber all over. Dab it all over. I took my fine tip tweezers here. And we're going to find the right spot for this little guy right here. Let me just, I'm centering it side to side, up and down. Okay, let's hold it there just for a second. Look at how cute that is. I love this. Alrighty, let's take this. More even. And there is the front of our card. Isn't that absolutely adorable? Absolutely adorable. Okay, now what we need to do is to work on the inside. And again, it's just decorating, but there are a few tips that you need to look out for, all right? And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So now this opens up. You see that our little arms come out, perfectly working, all right? So now what we have to do is work on the inside pieces. And what I mean by that is each one of these has layers. And there's an extra layer on top of that too if you want to use it. For this one right here, what I'm going to do is show you how I put it together. All right, so here are 2 of my gnomes, okay? And you're going to see that they start out white, okay? They start out white, but I just take my marker that I markered this up with, all right? Because like I said, I like to work smarter, not harder. And I just add these to the insides. So what I need to do is I need to grab my scrap piece of paper again, all right, and just color this in. This is how easy this is. So I don't color the whole thing in because you don't want to waste your markers, all right. I just color the outsides of it so everything coordinates. And see, when I say coordinates, yeah, you can find marker or things that have paper, that matches markers, that matches. But you know what? We do so much blending with these that you really want to take and use the colors that are on your piece. All right, there we go, and that's all done. So now what we need to do is put it together. Okay, so let's take and throw that out of the way. We're going to take this little guy, and all I did was, again, using my micro dots for here, my micro dot for there, just put him together, added some balloons with some string. It's just regular string, all right? And now what we're going to do is add him to our layers. Now, one of the things you want to do when you have these layers right here, the little square ones that are going to pop out, you don't want to have too much dimension to them because you don't want to get them stuck. All right, they'll get caught on things that are going on the inside. This one doesn't matter because this little guy is going to go right here on the top. Okay, he's going to go right there. He can have as much dimension as you want. All right. All right, let's glue these two together. Again, I did these the exact same way that I did all of the other ones so that they all matched. All right, so here's that one. Let's do this little guy right here. All right, so here's my red one. Here's my yellow one. How fun is this? Now, what we're gonna do, all right, this one is gonna pop out on this side, and this one is gonna pop out on this side. And you'll notice that with these guys, okay, I did them at an angle so that it looks like they're peeking out, all right? So for this little guy right here, you're gonna take and he's gonna go just like this. So when he pops out, he's gonna go in, and then he's gonna pop out. So really, he's upside down, all right? He's gonna pop out like this. Ta-da! Isn't that so cute? All right, so what we need to do is to just put a little bit of adhesive right here. All right, this is gonna go right there on the top, on this side. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line up this corner with this corner right here. See, right here, I'm lining up this corner with this corner. We want to just make sure that it's nice and even all the way along here. How cute is that? Okay. All right, now this one, I want you to do something a little bit special, okay? And you're gonna say, oh, this is crazy. Again, he's gonna be upside down because when he goes back in. But what I want you to do right here is I want you to actually flip this up just like that, all right? And the reason I want you to do that, you're never going to see that corner, but the reason I want you to do that is so that when it slides back in here, it's not going to catch on anything that's on here, all right? So you can actually stamp right on here. You won't have that trouble, you know, with it catching on anything. But because we've got a little tiny bit of dimension here, not a lot, but we do have a little bit, I don't want it to catch on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my adhesive and put it right here, okay, because he's going to be upside down and he's going to pop out just like that. He's going to be a peekaboo, all right? So all of our little peekaboos in the shop, like the giraffe and the penguin and all of the little peekaboos would be so cute. I'm at the end of my glue. I'm at the end of the bottle here. So I've got to, all righty, be a little bit careful because I got to grab another one. All righty, so now I'm going to undo that for just a second. I'm going to put this inside here like this, and I'm going to carefully, because I have glue on it, adhere this right to the corner, right over here. Okay, I did put a little bit too much glue on that one, so I want to be very careful. Let's just slide it until it meets that right there. It's even right here, it's even right here. So now what we're going to do is just, yep, and then see this corner right here is the corner right underneath here is the one that I Yep, see, so what I want to do is I don't want to play with it too much until I get it to dry. So while that's drying, okay, I am going to take this little guy, and all he does is get attached right there. So let's just take our Easy Grand, okay. Why do I use deluxe adhesive on some and Easy Grand on others? The things that are mechanical, I like to use the deluxe adhesive because it's really strong, but it also lets me maneuver it a little bit. Let me make sure you can see that. Okay, and I'm just going to add that to this piece right here. Nice and straight. Oh, let me see, I just moved it. Hold on. There we go. There. Let's just close this and there. Ta-da! You see how it opens up? Happy birthday! That's it. Isn't it adorable? Happy birthday. If somebody got a birthday card like this, wouldn't they just absolutely... And you can add other things underneath here, over here, underneath here. A really little cute little happy birthday saying, you know, one of the little banner ones that we have would look adorable. Before I finish, what I'm going to do is just add a little clip right here to hold it closed. And what I'm going to do is add some of my crystal glaze to the balloons. Because what is a balloon without some crystal glaze on there? It makes them shiny and absolutely adorable. We're also going to do it to their noses. And I'm going to add it to all the balloons. And then what I do is I set this aside to dry. And we're good to go. Again, right, make sure you hop on over to Teaspoon of Fun to see all of the products that I used in here and to shop, shop, shop. All right, that is our card, and that is the most adorable little pop-up card. Again, I call it the hide and seek card, but because they're hiding and seeking. Peekaboo. Peekaboo card. Again, everything is found in our Teaspoon of Fun shop. The eye is up there in the right-hand corner. If you have any questions, you let us know. Vicki and I love to help you. You take care, have a great day, and thank you for stopping by.